This is a 2018 Lexus LC500, and it's not just any LC500. In fact, this particular LC500 is one of two full bolt-on LC500 in the United States and perhaps the world. Now, instead of going over boring details that you probably already know about this car, I'm going to get into the specifics on this particular LC500. And I'm going to start off with the wheels. These wheels are called the LX33s. They were a custom wheel built specifically for this car and now available through the company, Pur Wheels. These particular ones are 3Ps with satin black faces, satin black barrels, and gloss blue carbon fiber lips, followed with polished hardware. They are phenomenal. The fronts are 9.5 inch wide, followed by the rears at 11 inches. And to top it off, the OEM calipers have been finished in an Illusion Shocker Neon Yellow Green, done by Element Powdercoats here in Chandler, Arizona. Now, some of you may be wondering who have either owned this LC500 or are looking forward to buying the LC500. There was some complaints about the OEM factory pads that came stock with the car. So I have since learned that by changing out my factory OEM pads to a performer pad by Tom's in Japan, that I've eliminated virtually all brake dust, all squeals, and the stopping performance is as good, if not better, than the OEM. So it was quite an investment. This car features PPE Engineering equal length race headers, PPE catless mid-pipe, both of which have been Cerakote high temp, and follow with the Tom's Titan exhaust, titanium tips and stainless steel hardware. This car put down 418 horsepower to the wheels and about 387 pound-foot of torque with no tune. This LC500 features a full Tom's dry carbon aero kit, which is phenomenal. I cannot express it enough. This particular kit on this car was tested at the Fuji Speedway by Tom's Racing over in Japan. I have a front splitter, side skirts, rear quarter panel, side skirts, and then a rear diffuser. Now moving right over here, we have the katana blades. These are these little molding trim pieces that run along the side of the roof line here next to the carbon fiber centerpiece. These were originally chrome, and I did what's basically called a chrome delete, and had the body shop remove these, sand them down, and paint them gloss black to kind of match the side quarter pieces here, and also the tail lights. It's a nice little addition to the car. It's very subtle. At the back of the car here we have the Infinity tail lights by Lexus that are on this LC500. These particular ones were refinished in a gloss black. From the factory on the top here, they come with this particular texture that comes in between these little fins here, and they are like a gray or silver, almost like a really cheap plastic, followed by these little side panels here that are in like a pewter gray. I didn't particularly like that too much, so I wanted to change that on my vehicle. So I had these taken to the body shop and done in a gloss black, which came up phenomenal. And we sanded down the texture, got everything nice and smooth. Also here is the Tom's Titan exhaust, titanium tips. It's got the nice Tom's logo on there. This is also the Tom's dry carbon rear diffuser that comes with the full aero kit. It's exceptional. It's a lot better than the plastic chrome bezels that came stock with the car, in my opinion. Another cool feature that I did on this car, which isn't much, but I think it's pretty cool, is I debadged the LC500 logo that was on the back of the car from the factory. I was like running stealth, and it's kind of cool driving down the road when somebody gets up behind you and they can just only recognize the brand logo, but they have no idea or concept of what the model is that you're driving. So it's an exceptional conversational piece when they track you down to a gas station. They begin to question you about what the vehicle is. I think it's pretty cool. Some people don't like it, but I think it's awesome. And it adds a nice clean touch to the vehicle. It just keeps all the lines nice and clean and from being cluttered with a bunch of different logos and decals, but that's just me. At the front of the LC500 we have this awesome spindle grille that is quite a controversial piece all over the internet right now. Some people just despise it, other people love it. I'm neither here nor there with the spindle grille. I think it looks great on the LC500. I think Lexus did a great job with this. Now, a couple things I want to point out about my LC500 is that from the factory, these little grooves and pockets around this whole grille come in like this gray color. It's like a gray plastic. I had these wrapped in a carbon fiber vinyl 3M, which I think just gives it, also follows along that stealth look. And the grille was also a gray color. I also had this painted in a gloss black, also the piano gloss back to match the other pieces as well. Following along to the outside of the headlight bezels. This was also a gray piece that went around here. It's still there. I've got it covered in also as well the 3M carbon fiber vinyl, which I just think looks really cool. It just gives it a really stealth look, and that black-white offset really balances out the car, in my opinion. I don't know if you can see it with the video quality right now, but I've got rock chips all over the front fascia here. My headlights are just, they are speckled with rock chips. In fact, I've got a few nice little gouges here already, and I got a couple little pits and dings in the hood. And that was from my cruises going out with the McLaren Scottsdale. Got a little too close behind some 720s, and they are some rock kickers, let me tell you. Here we have the 2UR GSC 5-liter V8 motor from Lexus. It is a mammoth beast. Here you can see I got stock intake boxes here. Engine cover does not come like this from the factory. This has been painted in the ultra white to match the factory paint, and followed by PPE Engineering decal, just helping my sponsor out, who helped put some power into this car. Now, these are the strut bars that are part of the LC500. These are not aftermarket. These are actually factory, and these were a gloss black, and I had them pulled off, sanded down, and powder coated. Also done by Element Powder Coats in Chandler, Arizona, Jason. These were done in the same color to match the calipers. And I think he did a phenomenal job. This car just pops. When you pop the hood, car events, car shows, you name it, or just meets in general, I pop the hood and people freak out. There's not much here. I mean, there's no turbos, there's no supercharger. It's just all motor, man. It's all muscle. Pretty impressive in my opinion. So I get the question asked all the time, is this car fast? Is the Lexus LC500 in general, just even in stock form, fast? My answer to that is simply, no, it's not. Compared to today's standards of Lamborghini, Ferrari, McLaren, Bugatti, and all the other exotics that are out there, this doesn't have a twin clutch, this doesn't have all-wheel drive, it doesn't have turbos, it doesn't have a supercharger on it. It's just good old raw muscle, comparable to an old muscle car, I would have to put it. But the power delivery is a lot more efficient and a lot better, I think. But you're not going to get the sound that this car can produce on a turbo vehicle. A lot of people argue, say, well, sound is only one thing, but I like to go fast. I agree, I do too. But there's a reason why I sold my Nissan R35 GTR and picked this up. In fact, I chose this over McLaren 570S. You heard correct. I chose this over McLaren 570S. I bought the car December 2017. I have 19,000 miles on the car right now. I've not had one hiccup or one issue. I have had some CELs come on, but that was just related to putting on some aftermarket intakes. The mass airflow sensors weren't able to correctly read the AFR, and so once we put the factory intakes back on, those CELs have not come on since. And here I am sitting with nearly 430 wheel horsepower, non-tuned, on a 5-liter V8 naturally aspirated. Absolute reliability. So as far as the car is concerned, from bumper to bumper, with everything provided that Lexus gave me, no, I haven't had one single issue with this car, not one. And in fact, this car has got more attention than both of my GTRs combined. So there you have it. That is my 2018 Lexus LC500. Codename ZetaQ, Z8AKU. Look for it online. I'm also on Instagram at Lokki Saints, LOKKISAINTS. You can follow me there. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel here and follow this build that I'm going to be doing. There's a company out in Texas called Boost Logic. They are in R&D. They have been for quite a while now on a supercharger kit for this, and I may be headed that direction. From what I'm being told, 600 wheel horsepower at 8 psi on pump gas is within grasp. So stay tuned. Got some more coming up. Thanks a lot.